My dad's gonna head off to Home Depot. I got my hand trucks and toolbox taken out the van before he gets out of here. Set the toolbox up. Started tearing apart this old school washer. It's got a busted outer drum. I can't do much to repair it. So what I'm gonna do is finish scrapping it out before I move on to something else. I released the center bolt to the agitator. We're gonna get this half off and this piece. That way I can remove the transmission. I'll also be removing the inner drum because I do need them sometimes. Got the pump and motor removed. I'll be keeping those, they're good parts. I'm also gonna pull this transmission out of here. There we go. Last thing to pull out of here is going to be this drum. I'm going to need some special tools for this, a mallet, and one of these, made just for the job. Let's see if we can do this with one hand. Try to break away anything. Always come out too easy. It's coming. Finally. This is what was holding it on there. I got to get all these parts put away now. That drum was being such a pain to come out because this spacer is all rusted up. Didn't want to let go. Let's get this thing taken out to the scrap pile. My dad's working on building a gate for their porch down by the house. Let's see what he comes up with. Brought this LG washer outside. I got it up and running on Friday, but it's in rough shape. Needs a good paint job here by the bleach tray. Getting some hinges installed. Started scraping away the old paint and rust. Removed the top end. Also removed the bleach tray. That way we can reach everything. The rust is pretty bad. Put a shirt in the drum and here. That way we can help the cleanup process go a lot smoother. I started removing the head unit. The rust on this top end is so bad. It's leaving holes as I'm chipping away the paint. And there's no way the dispenser is gonna fit correctly without falling out. So what are the chances I find another top end damn near the same build? I think this actually went to a Samsung machine. I'm gonna see what I can do to disconnect everything and hook the new one up. Brought this machine back inside. Let's get the head unit disconnected. First, I'm gonna make sure it's gonna fit on here correctly before we even get into this. What do y'all think y'all are doing? After all the heavy rains we've been having, it was starting to leave ruts here. So my dad's going through with the old Zeter, getting it graded out. Landed on its feet. Nice. Having a little bit of fun with the RC car. My brother-in-law is the pilot right now. This turned out to be a bust. I disconnected all the wires to the head unit, even took off the plastics to the water inlet to try to make it fit. But this top end is a little bit different size-wise, so this head unit doesn't want to fit correctly. And that's not going to be good once we put it all back together. It's not going to be worth me trying to paint it because of all the rust. So I'm gonna put it all back together and hopefully we run across another top end soon. Came down to my parents' house to take a look at the gate my dad installed in order to keep the dogs and animals off the porch. Works pretty nice. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it gets the job done and it keeps them off. Getting all the tools and the jack loaded back up in the van, taking them back up to the shop. We're gonna go this way. Nightfall has arrived. Got all the tools put away. Brought up tomorrow's project as far as appliances go, but we were playing with the RC cars earlier. We drained out both the batteries and I totally forgot that the charger broke a couple days ago. I've already repaired this thing once and now the other side's falling apart. Thankfully, I have another connection here that I got to splice and get it installed. That way we don't leave these cells empty. Both the ends to the battery charger spliced. Same with the new connection. Last thing to do is put the twist ties on, a little bit of electrical tape, and see if it works. I've already tested it. It does work, but I'm not going to leave the batteries charging overnight. And before I get any questions for why the wires are not color-coded on there, it's because this connection actually came off of a battery like this. So in order for it to hook up properly, I had to switch where the positives go. Another day in the shop comes to an end. Let's get the dogs fed. We'll be back out here tomorrow.